Yes. Well, thank you guys for those of you who jumped on the call live today. And for those of you who are sitting in our meeting rooms, like watching the stream, or it's good to see you. Once again, for those of you guys that are jumping on live and are able to turn on your camera, please do today because we have some incredible announcements and we have some awesome speakers that we're going to do some incredible interaction, hopefully today. That's what we're hoping for. So it's June 11th and it's State of the Industry Day. So let's kick this off. So who are we? Next slide, Adriana. Who are we and what do we do? Well, I am Leslie Hilbert. I'm the general manager of the Experience Brokerage Network, of course, which encompasses our 4 amazing Keller Williams market centers here in the state of Oregon from north to south, 600 incredible Keller Williams agents. And I am joined by our co-host today, Jordan. Who are you?
I'm Jordan. I'm assistant team leader of Sunset Corridor and Capital City within our network.
Now, I know most of you guys know who we are, but we do this every single month because
we bring on new family members.
That's okay.
So since the last time we broadcast, we welcomed 17 new Experience Brokerage Network family members across the state of Oregon. So welcome to our 17 new family members in all 4 of our locations. So give them a huge KW and XBN welcome. Make sure you welcome them in our hallways, in our Zoom rooms, in our classes, in our trainings. Lean into them, love on them, and let's pour into them and give them a huge, huge welcome. So I know some of them are on the call today, and if they're not, when you watch the replay, know that you are loved and welcome to the network. So let's keep the celebrations going. There was a huge announcement this week. Some big celebrations, some big stats came out.
Did anybody see this?
Big
I
news.
see some head nods. Okay, good.
Okay, no surprise, no surprise. Keller Williams is ranked #1 place for real estate teams to thrive. Okay, so we had to talk through the stats to kind of figure out like really how big is this celebration. So the Real Trends report dropped. So what does that mean? So it ranks all of the real estate teams and all of the producers across the nation. The stats are in, they are verified. The numbers came out this week. You might have seen our social post. If you didn't, you are getting the news here today. So there were 3,700 teams that were actually posted, and we were the #1 brokerage with 95 teams making the report. But here's the even cooler thing. Of the 95 Keller Williams teams, which made us the #1 brokerage in the nation, this is the big news. Adriana, next slide. Drum roll, please. 11 of them were XBN teams.
Yay! How
That
amazing
is so
is that?
cool. So 11 of them are right here in the state of Oregon. So a huge shout out. If you didn't see the social post go out, like a huge congratulations to the Benson Broker Group, Cornerstone Team, Mauer Group, Optic Realty Group, River and Sea, Terry DeBose and Co., the Cooley Real Estate Group, the Galen Haas team, the Property Broker Group, the Stephanie Coates team, and the Van Der Zanden Real Estate Group. You guys helped KW take it to the top. And you are the 11 of the 95 that helped KW be #1 place for teams. But that's not all. The Real Tens also released the solo agent category. And on the list, we had 21 of our XBN agents who made the list in the solo agent category. So huge congratulations to our 21 incredible solo brokers here in Oregon that were ranked top on the Real Trends verified list. Check your socials. We tagged you, declare and share. You guys, we are so proud to be in business with you. Okay, so every month we think about what can we bring to add value to our people to help them hit these incredible stats, right? To help their businesses grow. And sometimes we have a last minute addition to our value lineup, don't we, Jordan?
Yes.
We have a surprise, right? So sometimes we have an opportunity to bring a speaker to the state of Oregon that is just so good and so incredible. What you guys are always asking us to bring you the best of the best. So we are so excited to announce today, and a big surprise, that we are literally bringing you an industry legend coming right here to the state of Oregon. Surprise, next Tuesday.
Surprise.
So mark your calendars, clear your calendars. Next Tuesday, June 17th from 12 to 3. Chris Stewart is going to be flying to the state of Oregon and presenting right here in Sunset Corridor. We didn't even have time to book a venue. So we are expecting a packed house here at Sunset Corridor. I see some of you already scrambling to check your calendars, and you should, because if you do not know who Chris Stewart is, of course, he is right now the president of Place and Envoy Mortgage. Prior to that, he was the president of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, and he led that organization to a leading international brand and expansion, not only in the United States, but throughout Western Europe, the Middle East, Asia, the Caribbean, Canada, and Mexico. So he is going to be presenting on winning in today's market, turning conversations into closings, converting more with mortgage, using the tools and tactics of today. So we are going to be kicking that off here in the Sunset Corridor location at 12 with lunch. We are going to then be having him speak for a couple of hours and ending that with a networking event here in our community room. So as you can imagine, we are expecting this to be at full capacity. So it will require an RSVP to get in the doors and reserve your seat. So if you have your phones, please use the QR code. We can also drop a link in the chat. Thank you so much, Jordan, for doing that. We will be checking reservations at the door because we have that limited capacity and we want everybody in. Now, here's the thing, XBN family, if we do not have a full house by Thursday at 5 p.m., we will release this to the public because we are going to fill to capacity. So sign up today, reserve your seat, and get in the room to see Chris. Did I miss anything, Jordan?
No, that is it. Again, it's limited space, you guys. We want you to be in the room live and in person to see him. So please RSVP. And we're just excited to have him here and be able to present to you guys.
Just scan that QR code. We'll send it out. For those of you that are traveling or in motion right now, check your calendars. Get signed up right after. We will send it in the wrap up, right, Adriana? All right. Okay, next. We have another big event coming up. Mega Camp! San Antonio, right? For those of you guys who are bored of going to Austin, I don't know why you get bored of going to Austin, check out San Antonio this year, August 11th through the 14th. We're super excited. Frederica's going. She's going. It's going to be super exciting, and they're already releasing the lineup. There is the traditional mega camp, but for those of you that are looking for something a little extra special, Gary Keller always hosts on the first day something called CEO Summit, and they are releasing some incredible speakers. So Adriana, give them a glimpse of that. So this is who they have released so far for the CEO Summit. And honestly, if you're going to travel to Mega Camp, this is the do not miss event that you're going to want to go see. So make sure you get on the list to get to Mega Camp. We will make sure you get the information. There's still time to join in on this event and travel and with some of the best agents across the company. So, all right. Gosh, we're just cruising along. But that's not all. That's not all. These are just the announcements. Jordan, we have one more that I'm super excited about.
I know we do.
One more before we get to the big event of the day, our big speaker. But this is a big one too. So In addition to our incredible calendars, we are always asking ourselves what extra value we can bring and who we should be in business with that is going to add value to our XBN and KW family. And we are so excited about this partnership because who you are in business with matters. And we are always so excited when we get closer in business with one of our own. So not only did we find a partner that we are so excited to be in business with, that is a reflection of our goals, of our values, but is also currently part of our XPN family, but more importantly, understands deeply what our agents need to support their businesses and is going to present to you today what his company does to help support you in business every single day. So please welcome our new power partner relationship. To learn a little bit more about it, Mike, tell us about MC Laser and Signs and what you do and how you can support our XBN family. Oh, unmute yourself though, first.
Sorry about that. Happy to be here. Happy for the opportunity. I'm married to a realtor in the Keller Williams XBN network and kind of watching, saw the struggles that real estate agents come up against with branding, with signage, and closing gifts. And so what I decided to do was open a sign company, but then also offering customized laser engraved closing gift baskets for clients that just as an appreciation at the end. Could we get the slide up with so we've got signage, and then let's actually go to the next one with the baskets. Oh, these are the products and baskets, just as an example. And what we're doing is offering 4 themed closing gift baskets. We've got a handyman home improvement picture hanging kit, box cutter, flashlight, level, branded tumbler, branded hammer that says welcome home, and the home has the state of Oregon, and as the oh, there we go. And then let's click back one. So that's that basket. We do the cutting boards. Let's click back one slide if we can.
Yeah. Hold on. Technical difficulty.
No worries.
Move forward and back real quick. There you go. There you go.
And so then we've got the beer basket with beer nuts and engraved wooden spoons, towel, coffee with the coffee cups, coasters. And what we do on the coasters, they say home sweet happy home on the front, and then put the brokerage or agent logo information on the back side so that it's something that people will use, but when they pick it up and flip it over, it triggers who it came from, and they remember you in their future real estate goals. And so for right now, we're doing the 4 baskets. We can do anything custom as well, but that's these are on the website. We've got a full website with drop downs that you can click, order, and the XBN network covers quite a big area. And so Salem, easy, because that's where we're located. And then Sunset Corridor, Eugene, Southern Oregon, Willamette Valley, we do have, we can get to the Portland area within 3 business days to the Sunset Corridor, and people could grab stuff from there. And as far as shipping to other parts that are further away, what we can do is order and then shipping charges to be added, whatever it costs to get it to you. But we are set up, and we had a struggle with Wizard Signs going out of business in the Salem area. And so I saw a need for it and decided, let's do this. And closing gift baskets seem to be something that realtors always face. So I wanted to put something together, and this is our info, phone number, everything. And oh, we are also, for Keller Williams, offering a 10% discount as well. And so you use the Keller Williams 2025 code on checkout, and it'll give you the 10% discount. And that's only for Keller Williams agents with the XBN network.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is we now have a single source for signs, for client gifts, and for swag, right? So
Yes. And so we did the hat that Leslie's wearing as well. So we can do hats, swag, and if there's anything that you don't see on the website, have a question about, reach out and be happy to let you know what we can do to help support whatever you need.
amazing. And those signs, if they go to the website, you've got a whole bunch of stock signs that they can order right easily off
Yep.
the website, or we can do custom. Then same
Yes.
thing with client gifts, or just contact you for the custom stuff.
Yep.
If you're
Absolutely.
particular or have special needs, like some of us that contact you on a regular basis with our
Hey,
list.
I love it. And then we do that. The pricing is provided that I'm provided your business logo file. For engraving, it needs to be a vector file. Otherwise, there is a charge to convert files if we need to. $75 an hour if it's something real complex that we need to convert. But we can handle whatever you need.
Amazing. Okay, Mike. So we put here, you got his contact information on the slide. You guys, for those of you that who are traveling or don't have it, we'll send everything in the wrap up, including the discount code, so that you have all of this information. We will also make sure that we include this in our Power Partner information, so that as you come up on those closings or you're coming up on ordering new signs, that you have it at the ready and have this information at any time, because now you have an easy, simple, single source for all of those fun things.
And actually, one thing I'm not sure if I mentioned, Leslie, was right now it's about a 3-day turnaround time with the current workload. And that's something, when you reach out, if that changes, absolutely let you know, because we want quick turnaround with realistic expectations for you guys, so that we're all working together well. And I thank you for the opportunity to present to you guys.
I love it. And we love swag. Mike, thank you so, so much. We're excited to
Thank
be in
you.
partnership with you. Look forward to even more things and seeing those signs out in yards.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Jordan, that brings us to our main speaker today, who I'm so excited about.
Yay!
Okay, I feel like if you have been with our network for any amount of time, that we don't need to introduce, like, her reputation precedes her. She's did our business planning going into this year. And we've got you booked to do business planning at the end of this year. So like you're kind of like our bookmark, right? Like, and so we said, gosh, who should we bring back mid-year to like make sure that our minds are right. So we're so excited to bring Rebecca Del Pozo, who, of course, like she's a visionary real estate entrepreneur. She's built a thriving career since 2003. Of course, an incredible instructor, speaker. She's been the founder of Millionaire Real Estate Moms. She has a passion for creating opportunities and building wealth. I mean, your resume goes on and on. And the newest addition is rockstar author and just released your new book. So, with no further ado, Rebecca Del Pozo, I'm turning the show over to you to like tell us all the things, and we're just here to like cheer you on for the rest of the show.
Oh, thank you, friends. It's good to see everybody again. And I can't wait to come back in the fall. So mark your calendars now for our business planning clinic. And this is not exactly mid-year, but close enough that I thought it would be a great time to do a bit of a reset and a check-in, right? The reality check of where we're at. Now, I did write a book. Here it is. It's called Stop Winging It. And it says, don't accept your life, lead it. And I'm super excited. If there is anyone who has ever thought about or it's on your heart to write a book, I've done 3 of them now, and I would love to tell you kind of how in the process, if it's truly something that has kind of been this lingering thought or dream of yours to do, let me be your cheerleader. And so yeah, I kind of feel like we're already, amongst friends. But I realize there are a lot of new people that are constantly joining the XBN family. So if we haven't met before, my name's Rebecca Del Pozo. I joined Keller Williams in 2003, and I didn't want anyone to know all of my disqualifications. I'm dyslexic. I have ADHD. I don't have a college degree. I had no contacts in the area, really bad at math, in crazy amounts of debt. And I just was like, I'm getting into real estate. Why? Because I had a horrible experience myself. I had an agent that didn't listen to me. All I wanted was to buy a home for $130,000 way back then. I knew it wasn't a big budget. And he just made me feel like he made me feel like he had bigger, better paying clients than me. And looking back, I don't know if I told you guys this story when we were together, but at the time of closing, he gave us a closing gift, and the closing gift was a blanket with his name embroidered on it. His name embroidered on it, not my name. Now you were just looking at Mike's baskets and all the things and like all the cool stuff. And I think that there's a time and a place to brand things so that for tax purposes, you can say this is a promotional item, but a blanket? Anyway, later I sent this gentleman a note card of true and sincere gratitude because of my experience with him. I got into real estate, and fast forward 22 years later, I'm constantly learning and growing and failing forward. And so stop winging it came from this concept of my entire life. And I wanted to read you an excerpt real quick. It says, winging it often gives off the illusion that creativity and brilliance can flourish without effort or planning. In truth, some of the most innovative ideas emerge from a thorough research, careful consideration, and meticulous execution. True spontaneity isn't about abandoning preparation, rather, it's about the ability to respond creatively and effectively within a structured framework of understanding. Whenever we rely on improvisation, we expose ourselves to inconsistency. So let me say this again. Whenever we rely on improvisation, we expose ourselves to inconsistency. So what I'd like you to do is grab your pens, and I want you to ask yourself the question, where in my business and life am I inconsistent? Where in my business and life am I inconsistent? It says this can come into our work, our relationships, our personal goals in many ways. In the workplace, winging it translates into missed deadlines, mediocre results, and a lack of trust among colleagues, friends, and family. The leader who does not direct without a plan is drifted around, unable to meet their objectives effectively, and can't be trusted. Besides, inconsistency feeds stress. Constantly navigating the pressure of just, quote, getting by depletes our mental and emotional energy. And so just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because you can wing it, as I describe the jazz hands, just because you're in real estate and your natural ability has taken you to a certain level, just because it worked doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's the best. And so why write a book? Because I wanted massive, and I mean ridiculous, outrageous accountability around this subject in my own life. I wrote the book so I could tell other people, like, hey, this is where I struggle. These are the things that I'm constantly, learning to navigate through. I want to be a person of integrity. I want to be a person that's trustworthy. So what better way to do that than to write a book, share it with the world? We have a free book club you can join if you want. I'm doing different keynotes and sharing with people how in different parts of my life and world, all because of Keller Williams, truly, right? Going to the classes over and over again, people asking me, like, why are you in this class? Like, you've taken this class before. Why are you in this class? You've taught this class. Why are you in this class again? Didn't you just take this 3 months ago? Yes. Yeah, the answer is yes. I'm not learning for learning's sake. I'm learning for growing's sake and for earning's sake. I want to learn and I want to immerse myself in it so deeply that it's who I become. So in the chat, I'd like you to drop down the answer that you wrote. Where in your life right now are you being most inconsistent? Where does inconsistency show up in your business and in your life? Let's take a moment. We're amongst friends. There's always very similar answers that pop up. Sometimes it's your health, sometimes it's your calendar. Sometime I don't Okay, now I'm giving it a minute. I'm like, there's lots of hands on faces, which means you're not typing in the chat. So I'm just going to give it a minute. Health. Thanks for sharing, Lynn. Lead gen and follow up, Stacy. Exercise. Yep. Adriana. Budgeting. Yes. Leads and health. Production, exercise. Family time. Absolutely, Kate. Okay, so great. I always know I'm with friends. In the book, I share, there was a season when I had like chronic back pain. I could barely get out of bed and went to all the different therapies, did all the different things, and wasn't getting relief. And if you've ever been in pain, it's like pain just kind of creates this like filter, and you're not able to think clearly. It's like a fog, and it stops you from showing up as your best self, right? And so I just knew that health was the priority, that if I focused on that one thing, the other things could potentially improve. And so that's what I did. I just got crazy and outrageous and brought in radical accountability into my health and started to just tell people, like, can you hold me? Multiple people holding me accountable by phone, by text, by email, like what I was doing, how much was I doing it, like down to these like tiny little things that to some might have been like, well, that's pretty elementary, Rebecca. Well, it might be. And it's what I needed to bring in accountability so that I could start walking, so that I could go to the therapy I needed, so that I could get my mind right. And food prep. I'm seeing the side conversation right now. Cheese sticks, meat sticks. Okay, seriously, I have my meat sticks in the bag at all times because sometimes the emotional, or the overwhelm or the stress moment isn't even about the stress itself. It's just that I'm hangry. Like, let's just keep it real. We didn't eat. We didn't have a high enough protein breakfast, right? To like set us up for the day. And so simply just having like protein chomps, those are the ones. Thank you. I was like spacing the word, Jordan. You got me. Thank you for having my back. It's called chomps. I have two in my purse at all times. And so when I'm like feeling stressed and overwhelmed, I'm always like, go and just eat a chomp and have a glass of water and then come back to this, go for a walk, get some fresh air, Rebecca, and then come back to the situation. When there's inconsistency, it means there's a lack of accountability. And it's not enough to just have one coach. It's not enough to just have one accountability partner. You need to have multiple people holding you accountable. Do you know that 77% of people that bring in accountability will hit their goals? Like, it improves your ability to hit your goals. So that was my next question is, when it comes to Business Planning Clinic, you set these incredible goals for 2025, and we're approaching now. We're less than a month away from the half year mark of 2025. Are you on goal? Are you over goal? Are you overachieving? If so, like, I will find my little clapping hands emoji and give it to you. That's incredible. There it is. There's my little clapping hands and my love. If you're doing it, fantastic. If you're not, it's okay. There's still time. And there is still opportunity in 2025 for you not just to, meet your goals, but exceed them. And the way that you do that is by writing them down. So how do you bring in consistency in those areas of inconsistency? Number one, you've got to write it down. So whatever that inconsistent area of your life is, you've got to write it down. Those who write down their goals are 43% more likely to achieve their goals than those who just think about their goals and talk about their goals. Those who write their goals down are 43% more likely to achieve their goals. Then you've got to ask, how can this be done? So what I'm doing isn't working. Inconsistency keeps showing up. How could I be more consistent in this area of my life? Are there different ways? Are there better ways? And then the life hack is who, not how. Who seems to be winning at this area where I'm inconsistent? That's the gift we have at XBN. That's the gift we have within Keller Williams is who we are. And who we are is a collaborative bunch of people who want to help. So look at the office roster. Look within the XBN list of directory, family tree of people, and then get over yourself and reach out to someone and say, hey, Leslie, it would appear to me like you are amazing at blank. And blank is where I just keep noticing this inconsistent pattern. And I'm kind of over it. And I'd like for there to be some growth in this area of my business. Would you be willing to give me 30 minutes of your time and just tell me what it is you do or how it is you've come to this, place where you feel like, whatever it may be. So inconsistency tells me that there's a lack of accountability, and a lack of accountability tells me that there is an opportunity for humility. Nobody likes to admit that we don't have it all together. However, what I've learned is the quicker I just get over myself and just share and be honest with those in my life. One, being vulnerable creates kind of that atmosphere of vulnerability. And so then people share with me and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one feeling this way. Whew. Vulnerability also creates an opportunity when you go to someone. So, Leslie, can you unmute yourself real fast? If I came to you with whatever the issue was and I just said, it appears to me like you're mastering this. Are you willing to give me 30 minutes of your time when your calendar allows to just talk this through with me? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
And when I ask you a question like that, or I approach you and I ask for your expertise or your wisdom or advice on something, how does that make you feel?
I feel seen, and I feel it makes me feel good, right? Like, and I think that people naturally want to help.
Absolutely. So by me being vulnerable and getting over myself and reaching out to Leslie, it actually gives Leslie a gift of feeling purposeful. It actually gives Leslie the gift of feeling seen and that what she has to contribute matters. So I think sometimes what happens is we isolate. We stick to our own kind of inner talk and we just go, well, no one else is struggling like this but me, and no one's going to understand, and everyone else has their act together, and it's just me, it's me that's got the issues. No, the reality is we all have these inconsistencies in different parts of our lives and businesses, and we all go through seasons where there's times when we're winning, it's that counterbalance, right? Like there's times when we're winning here and then we're not here. And so I would just encourage you, when you want to bring in consistency to that area of your life or business, reach out. Find a who. Find someone who would appear like they're doing well in that particular area, and then just reach out and ask them. The next thing is to bring about consistency where there's a lack. It would be to create some sort of a system. And so you know that I love my calendar, and that's one of the parts that I go deep into in the book is just sharing my, you know, my true like deep affectionate relationship with my Google Calendar, because I want to be someone of integrity that when I say I'm going to do something, I really do. I follow through. And the Google Calendar has really allowed me that opportunity through whether it be that Rebecca rule of like, if I have an email, I can't folder it or delete it until I've taken the action on it, or, creating a calendar invitation and it actually shows up not just as a notification, but an email into my inbox so that then I have to take action on that thing. Now I'm kind of nerding out on some of my Google Rebecca rules. Okay, well, hang on. Let's just pause for a second. When I said that, show of hands if you know what I'm talking about. Like, do you have these? Okay, Kate, it was your face that I saw. I just didn't want to call you out, but now you raised your hand. So unmute yourself. Um, So tell me when I said that about, my relationship with my Google Calendar and like how do you use your calendar to hold you accountable? Can you give me some ideas?
Well, you just said the email, and I had no idea that Google Calendar could do that until last week. I learned about that, so then I set it, and now I get emails right before my appointments, and I can pick a day before, 10 minutes before. So there is a drop down to select email.
Yes. And that function of an email instead of a notification, like the notification pops up as that little skinny bar in the upper right part of your computer that you end up just like going like that too. And I always say it's like a cat that's batting away something. Like you never end up doing it anyway, and then the notification didn't help you get the thing done. So stop that. Just don't even set up the notification. Set it up so the default is that it emails you, and you can set it for 30 minutes before or an hour before or a day before, whatever it may be. I love that. So you've been using that now for like over a week?
Over a week, yeah. And then my watch also reacts to emails differently than a notification. Like when I see an email, I go, oh, that's important. So I'm way more likely to actually look at it and remember. I have a big
Yes.
meeting coming up. Yeah.
Yes, I love that. So bringing in massive accountability just by utilizing technology, being like your Google Calendar is absolutely one of the ways that you can use a system, right? It's a system now. It's not just I'm going to wing it in this thing, and when I think about it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to create a system around it. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Who else? When I said that and then you raised your hand, what's another hack that you use your calendar or your Google Calendar as like a system that you'd be willing to share with us? Who else raised your hand? I can't see everybody. So if you can unmute yourself.
I'll go.
Yes.
Um, okay. I'm just fixing the volume here. But I like to use different calendars. So I have like my main one, and then I also make separate ones for like different parts. I have like the work one, I have a personal one. I even have one for like my budget and things. So that way I see like when are upcoming paydays, when are like bills that I have that are going to be paid. So instead of having every single calendar on or everything on one calendar, I kind of separate that way. That way I can toggle it on and off to see what I want to see at that moment.
Yes, Adriana, that's a perfect example. And so using multiple calendars, using color-coded calendars, I've held open houses and was like, how come nobody came to visit me at the open house today and realized Seahawks were playing? Well, duh. So there's a Seahawks calendar that you can filter in. Did you know that if you go into the Google Calendar and tell it which team or which season of sports, it will actually filter and put that calendar in place so that then you can look and go, well, should I or shouldn't I be booking certain appointments or open houses or things on certain days of the week? So there's definitely ways in which you can bring in systems. The other thing is if there's inconsistency in your life or in your business that's showing up, you've got to measure what you do. Measuring what you do matters. And whether that's a note on your phone, like just opening a fresh note and starting to track and measure, if it's journaling, like it really, how could I describe this? At one point, one of the things that was really an inconsistent part in my life was affirmations and positive self-talk. I was really good at being positive towards everyone else in my life, but not myself, to the point where the simplest act, like, should I share this? Should I not share this? The simplest act of looking at myself in the mirror, pausing and looking at myself in the eye and smiling for just 1 second and then walking away. I don't know why, but just that tiny little thing of making eye contact with myself in the mirror. And when I saw myself, not critiquing myself, not negatively thinking about myself, but actually just smiling at myself. And that might sound totally silly. I don't know. Maybe that's for someone though, is try it. Next time you catch yourself looking at yourself, don't look at all the negative things. Don't like lose all your air and be like, shh. And then like, don't focus on the negative, focus on the positive and smile at yourself. So I brought in the measuring what you do by affirmations. And the way I measured it was I pulled out my journal in the morning and I just started with I am, and then fill in the blank. I am a caring mother. I am a loving daughter. I am a millionaire real estate mom. I am a trustworthy real estate agent. I am someone who keeps their word. I am. And I just started writing them down. Now, measuring shows up then because I can go back and look at pages and pages in my journal notes of me doing it over time and measuring and seeing that by doing just that tiny little thing day in, day out, that it was making a difference. Okay, so let's pause. We've spent a few minutes together. Of all the things I've shared or said, what's going on in your mind right now? Like, where have you had an aha, or what has kind of like struck a chord? If you can raise your digital hand, I'd love to see it. Anything? Or is anyone taking notes? Are you out there? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. What's an aha or a takeaway that
I think for me, one of the biggest ones was to like have that vulnerability to ask somebody that you see is really excelling in whatever like category or thing you're trying to improve on. I think it's something that like, oh, it makes sense, but to actually do it is the part where it's actually kind of difficult. And also thinking that it's not just you, it's also like flattering for the other person and it makes them feel seen and purposeful. It's really a win-win in both situations. And I think that's kind of what we thrive for here at TW.
I love that. Thanks so much for sharing. Who else? Let's have at least one more. What's something that you wrote down or that you're kind of pondering or thinking about?
Rebecca, I have one.
Hi, Ashley. Yes.
Hi. I did attend the book club for those who haven't. Good thing to do. Read the book. It's great. Thank you for presenting today. I think the looking at yourself in the mirror, I know you were just being vulnerable there, but that's one that hits me hard. In the confidence piece and the affirmations. Like, even if you are doing a good job, when you're your worst critic, it's hard to stay positive and stay confident. And so, keeping that on the back end, if you don't have somebody else doing it, you got to do it.
That's a good one. Absolutely. Okay, can we just pause? I was so ridiculously honored when Ashley was in the book club. And then she like made everyone just roar with laughter when she was like, well, if the only reason I was here was because of my last name, then it like how did you say it? I can't even remember how you said it.
Well, it's my little slogan is don't just wing it, call wing it. And so it just was so fitting the name of your book to at least read the book, attend the book and dive in a little bit. So thank you.
It was so awesome. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. All right, let's keep going. So inconsistency happens, and it's just an awareness issue. We have to just take time to have a reality check and go, where in my life am I showing up inconsistently? And then what could I do? I need to write it down. I need to ask for help from someone who will then feel like you've given them the gift of being purposeful and needed and seen so that they could help you. And then you've got to bring in massive, and I mean massive accountability, write down 77%. People who not just write their goals down, but bring in accountability are 77% more likely to achieve their goals. So if you're not hitting the goal, if you're not moving fast enough towards the goals that you've set, it's okay. There's still time. And it's an opportunity to bring in accountability on multiple levels at home, on the fridge, in Facebook groups, in small, group text chat groups, in like Facebook group. Like there are so many different ways that you can have massive accountability from multiple people. And so I'd love to be one of them. If you want to, email me and say, okay, I want to be on a quarterly follow-up. Will you please not let me off the hook for, and then fill in the blank. And you've got my information. I would love to be one of those people that goes, well, shoot, of course, quarterly, if you don't email me or you don't text me as promised, then I'm gonna come find you. I'm gonna come find you. I'm gonna come remind you and say, hey, you said this was important. See, the reality is we're not always gonna do it. We're not always going to be able to follow through. And we need those quick and short little accounts so that we can make those quick kind of adjustments to keep putting one foot in front of the other. Little by little. I call them baby steps. So anyway, I'm so excited to come back in the fall to see everybody again. And I've been telling everybody, they're like, well, where are you teaching or what are you doing? I'm like, I can't wait for my Oregon Roadshow. Like, that's going to be so much fun. In the meantime, Mike and I are happy to help with all of your Tacoma, Puyallup, Olympia, Lacey, any of those areas. We love your referrals, and we would love to partner with you for any referral opportunities. I'm actually traveling right now. This is my fabulous hotel room, and teaching later today, and then heading back tonight. So anyway, thank you for the opportunity to learn and grow with me this morning. I trust that it's been either a reminder or a refresher that just because you can wing it doesn't mean you always should. And that there are definitely opportunities where we're growing together. And so, anyway, back to you, Leslie, Jordan, Adriana. Thank you so much for making today possible. It's so good to see all the familiar faces, and trust that you're going to have a great rest of your day ahead.
Oh my gosh, Rebecca, thank you so much. And like going off of that who, not how, what an offer, right? Like quarterly accountability. I put it in there, right? The question was, don't let me off. Oh, it's supposed to say hook. I put hood. Sorry. It should say hook for dot, 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 right? Like there you go, you guys. If you were looking for a who, not how, that is the easiest one right there. So awesome. And Rebecca, where can they find your book at? If they wanted to pick it up and read it today, where can they get it at?
Yeah, absolutely. It's on Amazon, or feel free to reach out to me and I can send you the link. And this is what it looks like. Stop winging it. Don't accept your life, lead it. And I mean it too. If there's anyone out there that's thought about writing a book, I would love to help in any way and cheer you on the journey. So thank you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so maybe when we do our tour, I love that, your like Oregon tour, when you come down for business planning. And for those of you who are wondering, where will she be? We're doing the same thing as last year. She is coming to our market centers. So she's doing the full tour for us in 2025 to set us up for 2026. Maybe we should set up some special sessions on those people who are looking to write a book in the future, so we can add like a little bonus to her. So we'll work that out, Rebecca. I feel like that would be awesome. Huge thank you. And since we have a few minutes left, you guys, we're going to give you a teaser for our speaker next month as well. We always like to, and Rebecca knows who it is. I already gave her like the inside scoop on who it is. So make sure you get our SOI every single month, same day of the month. We always want to bring you like great speakers. So, so remember Tuesday, don't forget Stu here in Sunset Corridor, real life in person. Remember, he's coming to Oregon. You want to be here in person for that. But Adriana, share that slide for our next digital all network presentation. We are so excited for our, if you have not had a chance to meet this amazing leader, it is Dennis Ranch, who is our Keller Williams Northwest Regional Leader. So he is the guy that helps all of our Keller Williams market centers in the Northwest region. That is Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Alaska. So he is the guy that helps all of our Keller Williams operate. He has been doing that since 2003. He is like, not only has extensive real estate experience, he is like the master of systems, operations, and I think, Rebecca, you can attest to this, like this man is the master of profit. So he is an incredible guy talking about wealth, big scale operations. Also add how to add those operations into your business to build a big life and through the profit that we create. So we're going to welcome him to the SOI stage next month. And also it is the same day that he will be real live and in person in our Medford location. So Medford, you get him double down on that same day. So that wraps it up for you guys. We're ending 3 minutes early. Thank you guys all for joining us. Welcome to our new XBN family members. Rebecca, thank you so much. Mike, thank you so much for bringing so much value to our people. Check out the swag. We will send all the wrap-up information on all of our amazing speakers and all the details and links. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a powerful day.
Bye.